Peace to everybody out there today. Did not mean to start a series on next level books for witches and pagans, but here we are. Today I'm talking specifically about books that deal with the history of modern witchcraft and paganism in the United States. Those discussions always start with this book. This is Margot Adler's 1979 classic, Drawing Down the Moon. In this book, Margot talks to a whole lot of people who were influential in shaping the American witchcraft scene and documents a whole lot of traditions that were active in the 70s and beyond. Sometimes it can be a little frustrating because you'll read about this cool tradition and then find out that nobody has practiced it in 30 years. There is no equivalent to Ronald Hutton's Triumph of the Moon, his amazing history of British modern witchcraft. However, we get pretty close with Her Hidden Children by Chas Clifton. Chas is an academic. This is from an academic press. It does not read like an academic book. Anybody can pick this up and find out lots of stuff. It documents all the major players in the early modern witchcraft and pagan movements in the United States. Out of these first three books that I'm going to talk to you about today, this is my favorite. This is Michael Lloyd's Bull of Heaven. It says it's a biography of Eddie Basinski, who was a witch in New York City, whose main time was the 1970s while he was a practitioner. However, this book is about much, much more than Eddie Basinski. It's really about the New York pagan scene. It's about the gay rights movement. There's some Gardnerian gossip in it that a lot of you will probably enjoy. And it really kind of documents the acceptance of the LGBTQ plus community in modern witch and pagan spaces. It is a tome. It will take you a while to get through. Absolutely love this book. A couple of biographies I want to talk about. We're going to start with Christine Ashworth, Scott Cunningham, The Path Taken. Scott is one of the most influential witches who has ever lived. So if you want to learn more about Scott and by extension the witchcraft community, this is a great place to start. Christine is Scott's sister, so she was up close and personal. One thing that's often overlooked in the history of modern witchcraft and paganism is the effect of second wave feminism on those practices. And there are a lot of books you can read that document these things, but for fun, you may want to read this book. This is Merlin Stone Remembered. Merlin Stone was one of those influential figures who talked about goddess religion. This is her book, When God Was a Woman, which should be standard reading for anyone interested in the goddess. Merlin Stone, Goddess Remembered. Dive into that world. And one last book, this is High Priest Raymond Buckland, the father of American witchcraft. I know that I wrote it, but there's still a lot of history in this book. Thanks for watching. Now it's time to get to reading.